Tifu by literally throwing away $10,000. Mandatory. This didn't happen today but last week. To offer some background information, I am generally horrible with finances. My New Year's resolution was to save enough money up during the year to take my family on a Christmas vacation in 2019. To try and get a savings going, I made a Bitcoin wallet at the start of the year and turned it into my piggy bank. I managed to save up around $10,000 after clearing most of my debts. The piggy bank idea was working. The mistake comes here. My Bitcoin wallet was on my iPhone, which I decided to upgrade last week. So I wiped my phone and traded it in. I thought I could restore the wallet since my phone was backed up. I get my new phone, restore the backup app is there but no Bitcoins. To recover my wallet I need a recovery phrase that was given at the start of making the wallet, and now I have no clue what it is. After 1 week of frustration and a few tears, guess who got 2 new credit cards and is back in the debt trap? JTL. Doctor made a Bitcoin wallet to use as a piggy bank, wiped my phone along with the wallet which had around $10,000 in it. Update, so I got more Carmen on a throwaway post than my actual account of 7 years, very unexpected. Thanks for the kind words and advice and also the offers to help, but I'm taking full responsibility for my coconut up. I can recover, I have a decent salary. My debt trap is always paying minimum payments on instead of more, even when feasible. I'll consider different Bitcoin wallets in the future. I know the feel. I mined a few even before the first pizza was bought for 10000 BTC. Yes, I mined. Back then solar mining was still a thing. Even after that pizza, the estimated value of my Bitcoin fortune didn't even come close to a cent in dollars, so I didn't think much of it when I wiped the disk for a fresh Windows install. Needless to say, I tried every data recovery trick in the book when it reached $1 per coin, then a couple hundred and then thousands of dollars per single coin. I must have had at least 50 BTC if not way more. Mining gave you 25 or 50 coins per block, don't recall exactly. Then again, I would probably have sold them for a couple $100 when I could. I would never have the theoretical millions, so I would be just as chagrined now. If dealing with cryptocurrency, always transfer the currency to a service that you can manage from a computer. Then you can manually download the data to an external hard drive, or 2, or 3, and always have access to them. Also, there are specific alphanumeric strings you can use to recover the currency, but you have to remember / write them down. Wow, so sorry. On the bright side, give it a couple of weeks and your total loss will only be in the couple of hundreds. This cheered me up, haha. F. Holy hell, this is the worst Tifu I have read yet. There's always money in the banana stand. Tifu by sending the results of a coconut quiz to my dad. Unlike many, this actually happened today. I, 24F, took a coconut quiz along with my partner, 26F. For a bit of fun, she asked me to send her the screenshot of the results. Now, I was 100% honest with this thing, and I don't think I am into anything terribly over the top, but I, like anyone, have my things. Not paying attention, I sent the results to my dad, having not realized it was him and being exhausted from being in the middle of a house move. And so I sat there, for 5 entire blissfully ignorant minutes, with the list on full display to my dad. For some context, my dad is a supremely chill dude, and we are quite close. So the embarrassment was sort of humorous, rather than the bone-chilling implosion of a desire to wink out of existence. My dad, being the utter champion he is, shrugged it off and we laughed it off. TLDR, my dad now knows I am 81% brat tamer. My partner has just reminded me that she laughed her zucchini off at me, loudly, relentlessly. She wanted you to know that. Also edit, well, this kinda blew up, at least by my standards, and thanks for my first award 3. Also edit, my first gold is from showing you dad my effective kink tier list. Splendid. Also edit, I had to look up what a platinum means. Holy zucchini XD. Now you have no choice but to send the quiz to your dad for his turn. It's only fair. Wouldn't want him to think his voice isn't being heard. My partner has just reminded me that she laughed her cheesecake off at me, loudly, relentlessly. She wanted you to know that. It seems perhaps you need to work on that brat taming. You'll have to try harder. I can imagine him asking you, how's the brat? in public. Everyone around would think you have a kid, but you too would know the truth. Oh no. Okay, but what is a brat tamer though? Is that like the person who whips the other? The dominant person controls a cheeky and disobedient partner, aka brat. Hence brat tamer. Oh god, why do I know exactly what quiz you're talking about? Tifu by pointing out a new nickname for my friend's newborn son. This didn't happen today, this actually happened in the summer. A friend of mine recently had a baby boy, but her and her husband refused to tell anyone the baby's name during her pregnancy. This is obviously very typical, but I'm just saying. So she has the baby, and 3 weeks after he's born I see him for the first time. She's not a friend I would say I'm in regular contact with, but I knew she had had the baby and had named him Will. So here I am, holding the baby when I was with her and her husband, and she tells me they named the baby William Robert, or Will for short. Immediately, without thinking or having any regard for social norms, I spit out, "Wait, you named your son Billy Bob?" ? I cannot describe to you the look of sheer horror that came across hers and her husband's face. Apparently they hadn't realized this potential nickname. He was named after both their grandfathers. At this point the baby is 3 weeks old, and they obviously aren't going to be changing his name. Now it's gotten around the friend group and everyone is lovingly calling him Billy Bob. I'm sure eventually someone would have pointed it out to them. I just wish it wasn't me. Oops. TLDR, a friend named her son Billy Bob without realizing, and I pointed it out. Now everyone is calling him by his new nickname. It would be a great honor, if the baby is a boy, that you name him after my father, Jiminy Billy Bob. Which is why I vetoed my husband's boy name that could result in a nickname of something similar to Jimmy John. Nope. What a look at possible nicknames and initials. Don't name your kid Andrew Stephen if your last name is Smith, just saying. LMFAO, my older sister's initials are A.S.S. My dad is James Robert. Throughout my childhood I would tease him for being Jim Bob. My dad is William Robert and they just switched it around for me, Robert William. Bobby Bill is almost worse in my opinion. For a foreigner, how does William short to Billy? Banana, as an American, I don't understand how Peggy is short for Margaret.